Hey yo, Tony Chips here, Chiappetta Shoes. This is Workshop Live. Today we are talking about a D16 foot type. Left is in pretty good shape. Right side, we have post-tibia tendon issues, a lot of extra pronation from the rear foot. Now, this customer's had custom orthotics for about 3.5 years now. 2021, we made him a custom orthotic. On the left foot, we have a longitudinal arch bar with little met pad. Right side, we had the same longitudinal pad plus an extra scaphoid pad. It was doing pretty well for a while, but the problem with this was that over the last 6 months plus, we have still been feeling like our arch is pronating in too much. There's too much rotation in that heel bone, rolling it. The customer feels like she's still hurting it, and it's been getting worse. So this, over time, it's not like it's worn out. I think we replaced this recently. Maybe about a year and a half ago or so. But we only have the scaphoid. So with the D16 foot type and post-tibia tendon issues, we need to have a little extra rear foot control. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take this over to the grinder. We're going to remove this, replace it with a medial wedge, both rear foot and mid-foot medial wedge. So we're going to take it over to the grinder real quick. So, take the top down. With this, left side, she's happy. She's doing pretty well. She's got the longitudinal arch bar, little met pad combo right there, and that's been nice and nice. Now, also, show you that prints real quick there. See that right side, a lot of extra pronation both in the rear foot, mid foot, navicular dropping down, post-tibia tendon dysfunction. So we got that. So we're going to keep that left side happy. Now, on the right side, we had the same piece plus a scaphoid pad. Not doing enough, so we're going to do a medial wedge plus a medial wedge plus. We're going to not only create a little extra control from the bottom of the foot, but we're going to wrap it up against the side, give her that full control she needs for this foot. Now, when I'm doing this, a lot of art that goes into it. It's fun, and being able to look at a foot, geometrically design something that is what I tell my apprentices, both beautiful and functional. It should look like it's crafted really well. It should look natural too. And that is the sign of a good modification. Okay? So, can't cut it too short. That's no good. Alright. Skimp out this situation here. I'm going to get full coverage. Alright, there we go. Let's try this again. And we're matching from the heel to the arch area. We're trying to So, post-tibia tendon dysfunction most commonly happens with flatter feet. There's more slack in the system, and they can fall and deteriorate as we get older, as we gain weight, as our bodies get weaker. All of those factors go into that deterioration. And certain people are predisposed to it. A lot of times it can be hereditary. You know, it happen to even the best athletes in the world. And there's a lot of factors that go into it. What we do throughout our day, our lifestyle. Even if you're in shape, you can have that deterioration too. So we're gonna match that up. Full midfoot and rear foot control. Now, we're still going to reconstitute that metatarsal pad. We're going to do that in a second step. Typically, I try to keep things in the least amount of steps as possible. This customer is waiting for the orthotics right now, and this whole project will take probably about 25 minutes. So I'm on the timer right now. We're at 7 minutes. We are going to get this piece on, and that glued up. Alright, so we're going to take a quick break, then we're going to put that mech pad on there. Be right back. And we're back. So, all right, we got our full medial wedge. That's what I like to call this. And we're gonna get this applied. Now, we're using a 50 durometer EVA, 50-55 durometer EVA. Now, also 6 millimeter 1/4 inch. This is about 2/3 the general thickness that we can put on this type of modification. At most, max we like to go is around 3/8 of an inch. So we're at 2/3 of that. So we had a piece, a scaphoid pad on there, arch pad on there before. And that was a 55 durometer multi-core. We're technically going with the same hardness of material, but cork versus EVA foam does interact a little bit differently. EVA, even though it's the same firmness, is going to be a little bit more softer and conforming versus a cork. Cork has a little bit more bounce to it. So that's going to be the difference there. And with this, I'm bumping it up. It's different from what we had on there before. So we don't want to overdo it and really shock the system. But this customer's unhappy, so we gotta make her happy. Now, all right. With this piece here. So we're really looking at cupping that medial arch as well as the rear foot, stabilizing it and turning it back to the outside. Take this, give it a little whack with the mallet, then get her on the grinder. Okay. Now, what we have here is a full medial wedge, rear foot, midfoot. We left it pretty thick. Core of this is, we graduated and blended all the way around. The rear foot part, I usually start at about the midsection of the heel and graduate that up. From the bottom, a medial wedge you can take from about, I'd say about an extra 15 to 20 degrees off the center set of the heel. Lateral wedge, which I don't like doing, is center set over. Never put it to the other side. So medial wedge, you can graduate it a little bit because as the heel's coming down, the heel's kind of in a pronated state. We're trying to elevate that and turn it to the outside. So there's that. Now, we're going to use the same material as we have on the left side with the met pad here. I'm going to, instead of doing a longitudinal arch bar and the met pad, we're just going to work on the met pad for this section. And How are we looking at time? All right, 16. We're in pretty good shape. I figured this was going to be about a 25-minute project. All right. Base. Now, I think because while we're at it, we're resetting up this right side here. I'm going to redo that left side. That is well. Take this to the grinder. Come on to the grinder real quick. This bad boy here, do a combo, Met Pad plus, start with the Met Pad here, right, and graduate that down, God, I'm going to go, fork. 4 inches. New piece for lefty. I like to typically keep things about the same age, so when we make modifications, we're kind of on that same timeline. Most modifications, like this side here, I told this lovely lady that if she's wearing these a lot and she's relatively active, this type of foam is going to last a solid year or so. With less activity, probably got 18 months. All right. Now, this left side, it's also a D16 foot type. So, the left side's not in the best shape. But it's not in as bad shape as the right side. And one thing that I always check, so this customer had 2 knee replacements, left and right. Not sure on the timing, I think about 2 years ago or so. When we have unilateral pronation or kind of a deteriorating situation with the posterior tendon on that right side, what we worry about is both alignment and leg length discrepancy issues. When watching this customer walk, we don't notice much of a difference between left and right other than just the ankle and arch area, so we're in pretty good shape there. I'm not too worried. The knees look about the same. There's not one knee that's knock-kneed and not one knee that's bow-legged, so we're in pretty good shape there. We're going to get this popped out, and we're going to wrap her up for you. So, take her over to the grinder real quick. Side done in a sec, and we're going to clean up the top. Acetone is great for orthotics, not great for my fingers. Smells really well. USDA closed cell phone, so it's time to use because these pop up. It's a cool thing to do every 6 months or so. That makes it feel like it's fresh. Piece on there. And he's over today. He's in good shape. So again, D16 foot type. Supposed to be a tendon issues. Just on the right side. Fallen arch, midfoot and rear foot. Not alarming, but enough to be problematic to living in her lifestyle, so we don't want that. Go to the grinder. Step. Alright, oh perfect. 22 minutes. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. It has been a lovely workshop live on Saturday, March 15th. St. Patty's Day weekend, baby. Hope you guys have a lovely day. And it's going to be a wrap. If you have any issues whatsoever, please give us a call or check us out at ChiappettaShoes.com. If you're a medical professional and you like what you see, I'd love to work with it. So, ain't no better than Chiappetta. ChiappettaShoes.com, 2 P's, 2 T's. Don't forget about it. Ciao.